Start this week with another individual was folded with a folding chair. Yes, in Detroit, Michigan, we don't know all the circumstances of the story. All we know is that another white man rushed a black man with a chair. If you did not learn from the Montgomery Ball or the Alabama Sweet Tea Party, do not run up on us when chairs are abound, or they will come abound you. It's that saying, the old president Teddy Roosevelt said, speak quietly, but keep a chair on deck. You see, he was using wooden chairs back in the day. And it's something that we have to, here at Comedy Trap House News, we want you to know, we don't condone violence of any kind, okay? We do not condone. We have the peaceful approach of a Dr. King at his proposed sit-ins. Many sit-ins of Dr. King. And it was, we just gonna sit here, but run up on us if you want to. It's just a very simple and peaceful statement. Now, staying in Michigan, we're going to go to Lansing, where a young boy was detained by police for throwing out garbage while black. Yes, this young man was legitimately doing what his parents probably yelled at him for the 5th time that day to do. Is the trash not out yet? Didn't we tell your ass to take the trash out the house? Fine, I'm going to pause my game and take the trash outside. Little did he know that he was running into something that would scar him potentially permanently for life. Let me say that again. Potentially permanently for life. I don't know why I wrote 2 P's next to each other. That was not a plan. Alliteration aside, this aggravation by the police was ridiculous. So they stopped this young kid who's in a t-shirt, who clearly looks young. He even had on, I believe, lime green shorts. Now his dad comes out, and his dad is furious, and his dad rightfully so, but his son is in a situation where he cannot step in and be a dad. So his dad goes, you are creating trauma for my son. My son did not do anything. Now, why did the police stop this young kid? They said this young kid fit the description of a carjacker. Car thief, sorry, not carjacker. And so it made me start thinking, oh man, what was the carjacking profile? Black? Because that's pretty much it. No height requirement required, just black. Now, the dad's concern is real, because I too am a victim of the same circumstance. When I was younger, me and my cousin, and for those who have listened to stories or know me, yes, that cousin, we had begged our parents for $2.10. Sales tax in Maryland was 5 cents at the time. And all we wanted to do was go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee and a hot dog. 99 cents and $1. That's $2.09. Walk out there with a penny, 2 pennies, 2 cents for your thoughts. Anyway, what happened was, I'm walking down the street. I am wearing a Michigan starter jacket, yellow, white, and blue. My cousin is wearing a green lumberjack jacket, green and black. I'm just painting a picture. We're both young. We're young kids. And I was short when I was young. We get to 7-Eleven, buy the things, walk outside. All these police drive into the driveway and encircle us. Oh, I'm sipping my Slurpee like, it's about to go down. I didn't know I was about to go down. So, assaulted by the police, slammed on a car, cuffed by the cops, because we fit the description of the people who had just robbed the 7-Eleven later. So yes, we robbed the 7-Eleven earlier, came back, bought hot dogs and Slurpees, and when asked what the police description was, it was 6 feet wearing all black. So, I only say this story because too many black men have this exact same story. Minding my business, the police said we fit the description, and now It's a permanent scar. I don't trust the police worth shit. Oops, YouTube algorithm. I don't trust the police worth anything as far as I could throw them. And the police have shown themselves to be untrustworthy. This morning in the Mississippi, the goon squad of police, let me find out what their names was. It doesn't matter what their names are. They pled guilty to all of the state charges against them. Now, they called themselves the goon squad because they would enter homes and not listen to warrants or anything. They just kind of did their own thing. And so I just wish that goon squad got to meet our goon squad. Yes, the same goon squad from Alabama. Because at this point, we need to start putting hands on people who are violating our rights. So this goon squad pack of cops breaks into the home of these two victims. The victims' names are Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker Jr. These two men were home minding their business when the goon squad breaks into their home and then proceeds to torture them for the next 2 hours. And they listed what happened. They said the home was invaded. They were cuffed, kicked, waterboarded, tased, and even tried to be sexually assaulted. And they heard the N-word. They heard the N-word so much. I believe he described it as hearing it more than Candace Owens says it to herself when she's looking in the mirror. Because you know she hates her black ass. That's part of the issue, right? I just looked up qualifications for police. I'm just curious, right? Like, why is it so? Now we know the racist history and all of that, but everybody can't be this stupid, right? And then I looked up the qualifications, and all you need to become a cop is a high school diploma or a GED. That is it. A high school diploma or a GED. It is harder to become a manager at Denny's than it is to get a gun and walk the streets of the United States behind the protection of a badge. Go figure that out. Now, one individual who qualified himself for everything he got from the FBI was Craig Robinson. Not this guy. That's Robertson. Craig Robertson of Utah. The FBI raided his home, and it turned into, basically, he got shot and killed by the FBI. And people go, what? What did Craig do? Well, Craig decided to go on social media and put out a gang of threats against the current president of the United States. Now, you know, the first one. Perhaps Utah will become famous this week and as the place a sniper took out Biden the Marxist. Or his next hit, in my dream, I see Joe Biden's body in a dark corner of a DC parking garage with his head severed, lying in a huge puddle of blood. First of all, who you wrote this? His next hit. I hear Biden is coming to Utah, digging out my old ghillie suit and cleaning the dust off of my M24 sniper rifle. Welcome, buffoonish. These are death threats. You can say all you want about freedom of speech. You cannot threaten a life, especially the president of the United States. But his best hit was the one that he predicted what would happen to him in the future. Hey, FBI. Are you still monitoring my social media? Checking in so I can be sure to have a loaded gun handy in case you drop by again. They dropped by again. I'm assuming he had his loaded gun handy. However, the FBI won. And one would go, where does one get the audacity to do that? Is the caucasity that strong in people to do that? And I'm just saying they got it off against President Barack Obama. And I'm not really sure why or how they were able to get it off against Obama as the president of the United States. I can't put my finger on it. Anyway, maybe it'll come to me one day. But they got it off against President Obama, so of course they figured they could get it off against Joe Biden. They forgot that Joe Biden also lives on the same scale. And the president will outweigh the random guy in Utah. Now, what we don't want to do is end on this BS, and we want to pick up with some positivity. So, here's a little black boy joy for your life. Matthew Graham, a University of Baltimore law student, law alumnus, that's the proper way to say it, took his bar exam and crushed it. He got a 309 on his bar exam. That's the first time taking a bar exam. The passing score for a bar exam is 226. So let me explain really why this is significant. That 309 puts him in the 94th percentile of all people who have taken a bar exam. This is your Harvard laws. These are all your people who come from these big schools. University of Baltimore put out a man that was able to test in the 94th percentile. Even better, he graduated a semester earlier. So he said, man, I got to apply for the February bar, not the July bar, because, you know, I'm here now. Phenomenal. Then his baby was just born. So now he not sleeping. He's recently married. He's graduating. He's taking a bar way ahead of his schedule. And this black man got a 309. So what we're going to do here is applaud this black man. And we're just going to put his face up. Because I want you to see that joy. That is joy at its finest. And that's what we want. That's all we want to do. We want to have our opportunities to succeed here in this country. And we have to amidst racial profiling, police brutality, and all these other things. But we get these moments and we're going to celebrate this. So I propose we all raise a toast to the success of this young black man, and we're wishing him the best. Now, that is our time here, or that's the time for the news. We're going to hit the chat and get it popping. Black folk, back to the beginning. It was good. What up, Courtney? I slid her DM last week, letting everybody know. Then I looked through her profile, and then when I looked through her profile, I was like, oh, she got a man. So now we're just best friends. Marvin got a new suit? No, dog. Y'all just don't pay attention. I will never take out the trash again. That was right. I'm still refuse to call hot dogs by the G name. You just want to enjoy a hot dog. Why do we do that? Facts, police stay on a power trip. Yep. Beard came back hella fast. You saw that, Miss Johnson? That beard, that's a grown man's beard already. And wait till next week when it's really back. There's going to be a lot of new cops soon. Oh, no. He's dead. Craig Robertson was shot and killed by the FBI. If I didn't say that clearly. He is no longer with us. But it took a ton of posts, a ton that they got off. But Biden was supposed to show up in Utah, I want to say a day before it all went down. It was either a day or two. And they got Craig up out of here. This dude looks like Akon. Listen, you let Akon revel in his success, okay? Smart dude, winning streak, that's what's up. Hey, y'all ain't got no questions or anything like that. We gonna celebrate. No, Robertson, Craig Robertson. Craig Robinson is the one that's giving us many a joke. Robertson. What happened to the police gang? The police gang they pled guilty this morning to all of the state charges. I'm sure it's some sort of plea deal to keep them away from the federal charges, but they have not said that. They all appeared in court. They all appeared in their jumpers. They pled guilty. We do not know what prison they're held in, but that's probably, you'll never know that, and that's going to be for their safety. Oh, I know. Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Hey, free Tory. Listen. All right, I'll do those two. Free Tory. Tory deserves to be in jail. Tory doesn't deserve to be in jail for that long, but Tory deserves to be in jail. Sit his little hyper ass down for a little bit and figure it out. Trump's indictment. So we know of all of the indictments that he has in the process of those. We know Fulton County has really brought some things up on Trump. One is apparently they have text messages from his higher ups, like his team, his close, that basically said, hey, Misty Harden, who was the head of the, what county was that? Whatever county voting in Georgia, I don't remember the county, sorry. They said that she legitimately put out a written notice to his team saying, hey, come swing by and look at these voting machines. And the team was like, we out there. That team includes indications that of the mayor, and apparently in all these texts, the mayor is Rudy Giuliani. There is also hints of people within the Trump organization trying to actually tamper with the machines. We know that Trump called and was like, hey, I needed 11,000 votes. But this was them legitimately having text proof that Trump, if not directly involved, had a hand in what was happening in Georgia, which is going to be even more of a heavier charge for him if they can connect the dots up to him. It's one of those things where you can get the team, you can get the lower people, you might even be able to get Rudy Giuliani, but we know Trump has no problem throwing folks under the bus. And you think about it, he just had a rally where he had numbers in the thousands again. So, you know, these indictments are interesting and they're fun and they're good to collect like Pokemon. We're at 74 indictments total now, but I think we're still grasping at straws. Time is still working against every prosecutor, and I think Trump's team is going to get him safely to at least the presidential election. And at that point, I sincerely think he beats Biden pretty easily, to be honest. What I don't understand is how can Trump still be running? They're indictments. Indictments are indictments. They're just that. I can accuse you of something, but until you're found guilty in a court of law, what is it? And I think misdemeanors, if I'm correct, misdemeanors aren't a problem. It's felonies. So there are 74 felony charges right now, and if none of them stick before then, he's good. He'll be safe for 4 years because Congress will not impeach him for him to face those charges. So it'll be good. And I say 4 years, but I guarantee you, if he's to win this next election, guarantee you presidential term limits will change. And don't be surprised if the way the presidential power is handed down changes also. Just don't be surprised. Trump is the official Teflon Don. Michael Oher, we did not discuss Michael Oher. Michael Oher is suing the white family that we fell in love with in The Blind Side, because apparently that family never adopted him. They just gave him a piece of paper to sign over his rights, and that is foul. So basically what happened is the movie Blind Side, which everyone was like, oh my gosh, Michael Oher, who was a former Baltimore Raven, who played his butt off, go Ravens. Anyway, didn't make a dime off of this movie, not a cent. Only the family that adopted him, and he found out that he wasn't adopted, so he was devastated to find that news. The family that allegedly adopted him basically had him sign a paper that they could sell his story, and they sold his story and cut him out. So he's now suing them. And I get your money, black man, get your money. That's really all I got. Like, just got to be careful who you trust. Anyone else? Who's we? Y'all discuss Michael Orr? Wait, I don't know whose we is. The Ravens are whack. Get out of here. I'm not doing that. Not a fan of Ravens for some. Oh, you're a Browns fan. That's unfortunate for you. That's like you talk to Manny about being a Redskins fan. Y'all can commiserate over that. I don't know. We win. I don't know what the. Oh, sorry, Browns fan.
We beat the Browns in preseason.
Y'all beat the Browns in preseason. There you go. Still, it's over. Courtney is now officially over. You're a Steelers fan? What? That's. Are you going to discuss the law in Illinois that saves children's social media abuse by parents? No, because I don't know anything about it. But I will research it. I will research it to get back to you. I really didn't know that there was a cow. Oh yeah, okay. It's going to be on Comedy Trap House tomorrow, so you'll be able to look at it then. I'll do my research, and it may or may not make the cut next week. We discussed Brandon Orr already, so go back and look. Has the most L-worthy. All right, there's a Cowboys fan in here. Not really sure how that works. Is it? Hold on, I got it. Cowboys fan. It's your year this year, isn't it? Dak is going to prove everyone wrong, right? That sounds right. Yeah, that's all of the Michael Orr stuff. Scroll up or go back 5 minutes. We literally just discussed it. But yeah, again, thanks for coming out and hanging out with us at Comedy Trap House News. Like, subscribe, share, and also y'all can super chat. Y'all can be like, Marvin, look at my question. You got to pay a fee, but that way when we go back to look at your questions, I can see it, and then I can also be like, shout out to such and such who super chatted and gave me enough money to go get a coffee, because y'all know I drink coffee or anything like that. Yeah, I'm sounding like a black pastor right now. What's your point?
For a 7-Eleven hot dog.
Or let me go back to. I wouldn't eat a 7-Eleven hot dog now, dog. I get a 7-Eleven hot dog, I'll be folded for 3 days. But I will get a Slurpee. Anyway, thanks for again spending time with us at Comedy Trap House News. It's your boy Marvin. Peace.